Turn that down. What is up, man? Yes, 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 yes. So we're live on YouTube. I'm on my mobile station, so I don't have multiple monitors today. It's easier to do this kind of stuff when you have multiple monitors. It can be done with just one. Hey, it's Friday, man. I appreciate everybody's traded with me this week. We've had some winners. We've had some losers. Hold on, Instagram, YouTube. I had to pen a message. I'm gonna go short today because I got to go to a lunch thing. I got a Money Flow Gang member here, so that's cool. It's always fun to get to meet people in person. Not looking good, man. We opened up. It looked good. A lot of stocks were moving higher. Shit, I think at one point I was up $10,000, $12,000 today, and now we see the weight of the market turning around. I mean, we sold. I trimmed some positions this week. You know, had some good ones. Just reflecting on the week. Took some gains here in Gilead. So it's not all bad. You know, you got stocks like CRM, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft. These stocks are going down. That's not a big deal. Those are just opportunity. But, you know, we got harvest time in some stocks. This week we harvested on Campbell's. So look at this. RSI hit 70. And when that happens, we anticipate a pullback. That's part of the reason we're trimming. And we harvested some money here. You know, so if I'm in Campbell's, I take some off. Now, you don't have to, but this is a way to raise money when you don't have money. You know, you take some gains off the stocks that are, if you go look, Campbell's is trading at a premium. It's trading overvalued. The stock historically doesn't trade overvalued. Doesn't mean it couldn't trade overvalued. Doesn't mean it couldn't raise expectations and change it going forward. But right now it's trading at a premium. And so this is a place where we can pay ourselves. What was it? I looked at chapter 6. Last week I looked at chapter 6 in the Science of Getting Rich. This week I was thumbing through chapter 7's on gratitude. I feel like I've done a lot of content on gratitude. Chapter 8 is on thinking in a certain way. And if you don't have this book, get it. Okay? And it opens with, turn back to chapter 6 and read again the story of the man who formed a mental image of his house. And you will get a fair idea of the initial step toward getting rich. You must form a clear and definitive, that's what this is, a definitive mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it, and many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves only a vague idea, vague and misty concept of the things they want to do, to have, or to become. This is why we talk about, we got first before doing, we got to be. That's what this pattern is here, man, for me. It's a way of viewing and seeing the market. So what I'm seeing on the SPY right now is the SPY went up, it stopped, and what? Now we're starting to turn down. You know, is the rally done? There's our bottom. We broke out. We started to run. That's as far as we got, man. And now, like my man there says, he called the top. Well, the problem, sir, is I can't do that. I wrote a book, man. I wrote this book called The Money Flow Trading System. So what I do is I follow it. And this is what I do differently is other than other people's. One is I have a fundamental belief that always the stock market goes up. And I think it moves in 4 stages. So my goal is to pick stocks and build out a portfolio of assets that always I'm getting paid on some shit. Right? So let's look at ConocoPhillips. This is now my largest holding. So while the market's going down, what's up over here? Now, in order to do that, it takes years. Meaning if you've read my book, my ebook, You Don't Have to Die Broke, it takes years to build out stock portfolios. You need these big down moves. I mean, you're capitalizing here on these RSI bumps if you want to. This is where I would trim if I wanted to trim or take gains. I'm watching that RSI, right? Here's one, here's one. Now we did on this last one back here. And then I said right here that what I've sold, because we bought it much lower, right? We bought some back here, and then we bought some much even further back than that. And I said right here that I was going to sell it down to a core position, and then what it does, it does. I don't want to buy. So when it pulled back here, I don't want any. I got plenty. It would have had to pull like way back into here to even get me interested, right? And we see what happens. Now it's gone even higher. So if you own 200 shares of this right here, what? You have 11,000 something, or 20, what is it? 22,000 something. Now what? You know, it's 20, what would that be? 26, almost $27,000 worth on 200 shares. Just a drift, man. So while other stuff's going down, some of your shit's drifting up. That's the whole point to diversification. That's why some people teach it, man, is then you get that natural effect of not everything is, there's always a bull market somewhere. Some shit is always going up when other things are going down. So do I want to buy ConocoPhillips, which is trading at 30% overvalued on a 70-something RSI and an all-time high? Or do I want to start watching Amazon? But Amazon's going straight down. Now, if you remember, in Discord, we had people that bought it here. And I'm not picking on you because it's Amazon. You're good. Don't worry about it. But remember what I say. That's just, look, man, it just started. Like, that's not the bottom. What's the bottom now? This is the bottom. We need 4 days, man. This is the money flow. So as we watch Amazon come down, we're watching, it's not about our opinion or being right or being smart. Over time, Amazon's going to go up. It has since the beginning. What I'm watching is this right here, and what I'm looking for is an apex. An apex is an anchor point. I need a bar, a close. The market opens, market closes, it goes high, it goes low, man. It does one of 4 fucking things. Not that complicated. And as it does it, it records it each day. Bar, 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 bar. And one day it goes low and it stops. And you know it's low because the next day's higher. And that's how you know. And you can't know that till you get the next bar or the next day. And it takes 4 to even make one important. And so as I'm looking at this, any one given day doesn't mean anything. But this day here has a lot of meaning when the next day's higher. Because we can say, yeah, right now that is the low because it is. And it is until it isn't, right? And then this is how you'll watch price move, man. And nobody knows for certain, but we can find, you know, what I believe anyway, is patterns. Patterns of entry, patterns of exit. So I want my exits to be, if I'm exiting or taking gains in movements like this, which this is always a target for me. That's part of a whole sub-strategy of the money flow called the bread and butter, chaos to cash, where I want these dividend stocks below the 200-day, and that's always a target. That's like the easiest trade or the easiest buys there are. That was the SPY. So now the SPY's back under the 200. We'll see, man. Super important to see where we close. Are we going to close above the green line? I mean, look what's happening. This is chaos. They're coming together. The 5-day, the 20-day, they're coming together, man. Good afternoon, Billy. Yes, yes, yes. What's up, man, Michael? I didn't see my man Michael in New Orleans here in a minute. It's Friday. What's up, TY? Interesting close today, man. I'm just flipping through here. All right, so this Sunday, you got homework, man. Everybody listening to me, especially if you're in the money flow game. Come on, man. Like, don't fuck this up, okay? Come on. You got to map out what you're seeing, man. You got to do a board kind of like I did. Go find that picture of the one I post. Shit, it's in the newsletter. Let me show it to you, man. All you guys do this. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Do it better than I'm doing it. This was just an example to give you. Now, I don't normally write it on well, sometimes I do write it on a whiteboard, to be honest. If you've ever been to my house, I have whiteboards in my living rooms. Sometimes that's hard to sell to a wife. Let's see. Might take you a minute on that, guys. Go get yourself about 500,000 in stocks, and all of a sudden they'll let you put whiteboards in the living room. Go make a couple million, shit, you can put it out front. I mean, you can put it anywhere you want to put it. So money makes options for you. But if you go look at what I showed last week, and I'm fixing to have to get off. Stage 3s, you see what they are? Meaning Sunday night, I sat down, I said, Campbell's, Gilead, I'm going through my portfolio of stocks. Are there any that I can sell and raise money right now? And I said the ones with the asterisks I'm not selling. Like, I don't sell McDonald's anymore. It's trading at a premium, whatever. It's going to float. AT&T, it's still undervalued. I don't want to sell any of my shares, but you could have. And we had Merck, we had Gilead, Campbell's, Conoco, Phillips, Exxon, Chevron, ERX, Amgen. So these are ways that if I don't have money to put in, I could raise money, man. So Amgen. So if you, this is Friday, this is Thursday, this is Monday or Wednesday, Tuesday, this is Monday, this is Sunday night. When I'm looking at my charts, this is what I see on Sunday night of a position that I own. And then I go look it up. Is it overvalued or undervalued? What size is my position? Do I want to trim some? And I put it on the list. And if I didn't want to trim it, I put a little hash, a little mark. And you see it says negative, that means this company is undervalued. You see it says positive, that means it's trading at a positive. If it has a equals, it's trading at fair value. And so I just list them up there, right? Setups that I do like, I'm keeping an eye on. So what happened in Dash? Is it selling off now? Oh, it was up 10, 12% earlier, remember? The stock wants to run, but the selling pressure is just too big. The wind's at our back, right? But these were what we were looking to run, man. Amazon. So then what was the trade idea? Well, it was utilities. How are utilities holding up? They were doing good, man. Let's see. So do that this weekend. Go through. Still a stage 2, right? Do we want to add here? No. It's past my add point. If you're not in the trade and you just got in with me, maybe you'd throw a little bit of money at it so you're in sync. But, you should have done your buying over here, right? Stage 1. That's where we did our buying. So if you go check the trade notes, that's where I'm looking to do my buying. I want to let it come in, put in my anchor, start to go sideways. And if I think it's undervalued or I have a reason to believe, it could go higher, which it's a stock. I believe all stocks go higher. Then, so this was me planning. So do this. This is your homework, man. If you watch me on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, do this for yourself. As I was going through nat gas, I was like, man, I used to mess around with a lot of commodities, and I went and I tried to remember which ones can you trade on the stock market like a stock, and it's like JO is coffee. I haven't traded this, but I thought it was neat. It's just notes as I'm watching it. The only reason I put it on there is I noticed how far below the 200 it was, so it's undervalued. Has it ever been to the 200 before? Is it physically possible that coffee could go back to this price? Yes. Okay. Now we have a game to play, right? Now I didn't execute on that, but you saw it was on my board. I'm looking at it. I'm like, we can execute this inside of the stock market through JO. And, all you got to do is get back to the 200. So these are just ideas, expand your thinking. You were like, well, I don't know anything about that. Well, read. Silver. Remember I said I was anticipating a big jump out of the silver market? So we've been building that on the stage 1s. I haven't sold any on any sell-offs. I'm just building it up on stage 1s. Why? Because when this thing fucking rips, I have a huge position, man. So I've been position trading silver. What do you mean? Accumulating stage 1s, man. You say, what about when it's sold off? Let it sell off. I'm buying stage 1s. Why? Because I want to sell it up in here. So if this takes 2-3 months, good. But you got to have a belief that you think silver, that over time it's going to go higher. I think so, just due to inflation. Shit, it's going to go higher. But it's been there before. So, we have reason to believe it's not a crazy thought, man. So as I follow all of these things, I'm going to wrap up here in just a second. That's silver, there's corn. I don't know, you get in all these. These are just ideas. And then I go through and I rank the S&P, the Dow, the Qs, Bitcoin, bonds, oil, and metals. Rank them by which one's the strongest, meaning which one's the strongest and which one's the weakest. Any dividend setups, stocks that I might want to buy this week. Even if you don't have the money to buy them, find them, look at them. You might buy them with the money you trimmed over here. Does that make sense? All right, man. I hope you guys have a good weekend. If you need somewhere to trade with, hit me up. I love trading with people. More people, the better. We can watch more shit. It encourages each other. It's good stuff. We have a lot of fun, man. You can reach me anytime, every day inside Discord group. I'm always there, literally, watching. So, hit me up in there. And if you don't have the Money Flow book, try to grab it, man. I hope you have a good week.